Well, the latest MCU entry, The Marvels, is an underwhelming and frustrating movie experience. Seriously, this one doesn't get a whole lot of things right. And honestly, I'll be glad if I never look at this film again because, yes, it is that forgetful. Well, Phase 5 continues to be awful, as this being the second film I downright just didn't like at all. You know, if I'm being honest here, I don't even know what the story is about. Like, I knew from the trailer that Carol, Monica, and Kamala trade places with each other every time they use their powers. But my goodness, this is some awful storytelling to say the least. Because none of the scenes in this film didn't make any sense, the story was all over the place, and quite frankly, I was just thoroughly bored with this one. It's like the MCU writers are not even trying hard anymore because if they keep coming out with garbage quality movies, then the MCU is going to end up becoming a dead franchise before too long. This one feels shallow, it feels so unfinished. It's like downloadable content from an awful video game. You check it out, but then after a while you realize just how mediocre the whole thing feels. Overall, when it comes down to it, this one is a scattered and rushed mess. There's little to be excited about, and this one is regarded by a lot of people as just an awful MCU movie. I used to remember how fun and entertaining the Marvel Cinematic Universe used to be. Nowadays, it's just abysmal. One of the issues that I really had a problem with was the acting. It's not that great, but one of the standouts was Iman Vellani. She did a good job playing Miss Marvel. And I haven't seen the TV miniseries that came out last year, so this was my introduction to the character. She has a loud heart, and the only complaint I had about this character was she didn't get great character development in this film. The interactions between Carol and Monica are uninteresting. Both actors have terrible chemistry with each other. And considering that Carol knew Monica as a kid in 2019's Captain Marvel, you'd think it'll lead to some interesting conversations. That's not the case. In fact, Monica is literally a MacGuffin for the plot. And then there's the villain, Supremer Dar-Benn. I was like, what? This is Discount Ronin. Like, seriously, she's just like that villain from the Guardians of the Galaxy film. You know, she has this hammer. I'm like, wait, did she get her hands on a power stone? Like, for real, it glows purple. I'm like, what's going on? Terrible character development for her. And not only that, though, but there is two subplots in this movie that is absolutely ridiculous. One of them involving cats. Cats, people. It's so silly. It's absurd. It's not even laughable in a good way. Like, I just saw that subplot as a waste of time. Marvel Studios really should take a break because it's just not working anymore. None of this makes sense. There's no overarching arc like phases 1 through 3 had. And generally, this movie is another prime example of not making a whole lot of sense, just putting, crap to the wall and see what sticks. If you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you really enjoyed 2019's Captain Marvel, stay far away from this one because believe me, it is not worth the time. I'm giving this film a 4 out of 10. A painful, forgetful, and terrible entry in the long-running MCU. I will say seeing Samuel L. Jackson return to his role as Nick Fury was wasted potential. And the reason being is because Nick Fury basically doesn't have anything to do in this one. In fact, if you take his character out of the film, then the story is largely unaffected. At the end of the day, bad CGI, an awful story, terrible direction, and overall a movie that gets a lot of things wrong. And quite frankly, this one was just straight up a dumpster fire. And that's my review of The Marvels. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.